it's a pretty great journey so far.
Good. Yeah, no, it's crazy to see the journey that you've kind of come across. I went to high school with you. I didn't know you in high school. Well, maybe you're a little bit year older than me, but seeing the growth from, I think when we first met, 27, 28, when I met you at Better Homes and
Yeah,
Gardens, and we used to have those meetings inside of the offices,
yeah,
and seeing your team grow and seeing both of us grow has been not only it's really good to see the growth between us two. It's helped out a lot. I see you. I look at you as a mentor, and it really helps me grow every single day when I see you and your team growing as well. So, want to take it back to the beginning stages of when you first started. You said you were selling, was it candy?
yeah.
And what else were you doing in high school as far as those little
Like I
entrepreneur
was selling Cutco knives, like
Cutco
direct sales.
knives?
Yeah,
So it sounds like when you were younger, you already had the entrepreneurial mindset, and you're already doing sales. How much did that help you from those early days and the early beginnings? How much did that help you in the future? What's going on, guys? Steven Mandak, your go-to guru for all things moving. And today we have a special guest, my friend and business partner, Mr. Kevin Cruz, also known as the Bay Area Realtor. What's going on, Kevin?
what's up, man? How you doing?
Hi.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm really excited to have you on here and talk about your entrepreneurial journey. I know that you're invested in a couple of businesses. And the first thing that I kind of like to do is to kind of talk about your journey and where you're at now and some of the obstacles you face getting along to that journey,
Yeah. How far do you want me to go back with the journey?
as far as you want to go back.
All right, sounds good. Well, hey everyone.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, so born and raised in the Philippines. Came here when I was 11 and a half years old. Accidentally, I stayed here in America. I was supposed to be here in America for 30 days only to visit family, cousins, and 2 days before we were gonna go back, packed up already, get ready to go back to the Philippines. Where I live, where I go to school. My family told me I'm staying here in America. It's like okay, and I was too young to know, right? And I was like, okay, that's great, and didn't realize, my family went back to the Philippines, and I didn't know I was really gonna be here permanently. So from there, I learned the art of independency in a way of like, what do I do? Because I started here with $300, basically in America, and I basically was already financially independent in a way that taking care, buying my own clothes, buying my own food, taking bus, walking, all that stuff, right? So, and I was so eager to get a job, so I started looking for work at the age of like 14, and ended up working at pizza shop at 15 while going to school, and I got addicted, making 750 an hour plus tips, and I decided to work at another job. And after that, it got really addicting while I'm going to school. So I ended up doing some type of like those direct sale company Cutco, Vecto, Cutco knives.
Door-to-door
Uh,
sales.
yes, direct sales. So I was working two jobs, and I was working at Cutco, where anyone who I meet, I would try to sell my family and friends some knives, high quality knives. So I think I'm one of those people that like it was ingrained to me in my head that when I lived in the Philippines, and living in America, I seen both spectrums of life. Like it's tough in the Philippines. Even at the age of 9 years old, I was already selling candy. At
Wow.
9 years old, this candy braces, I'd buy it for 5 pesos and sell it for 10 pesos because I sell it individually. There's 10 pieces, and I did that for like maybe 6 months, and that's when I started saving already at the age of 9, and yeah, it was. I like it. I like the business aspect of like doubling your money, things like that. And yeah, eventually, at the age of 18, something drastic happened to me. Where pretty drastic. I'm not really gonna share it right now, but like, it's a life changing event for me. It involves the going to prison and stuff, and Now that I'm out, I was given second chance in my life and to make something out of myself. Then from there, I was introduced to a multi-level marketing company now, where you start, you low cost to start the business, but high income potential. A lot of personal development. That what really taught me there was a lot of personal development. I met amazing people, mentors, people around. And fast forward, I did drop out of college because I dropped out of college because I really didn't see my future going to college because I just wanted to do business. And fast forward from 18 to 23, I did that multi-level marketing for 5 years, and did decent, nothing crazy, but I learned a lot. Then I started at 23 years old. I started my first actual company, like a LLC, which is Electric State of Mind. It's a event production company, quote unquote. We host raves, we produce raves, we bring DJs all over the world. Then after that, I got addicting again. We started a vertical integration company called VSonus with sound and lighting production, where we ship stuff. We ordered sound and lighting and lasers, RGB lights, LED panels from Asia to ship it here, and we use it for our own events and insomniac events and all these big events, and we get paid from that. And from there, I didn't, like fast forward, 26 years old, we hosted over 140 events, I believe, and all over different cities and state. And I realized that I didn't see a future on event production company for me because it's raving. I don't, like I'm hanging out literally. I'm like, it's cool when you started at 23 years old, right?
Uh
You're the shit, basically. And 26 years old, you realize I'm still hanging out with a bunch of 18-year-old people trying to sell tickets and promoting and like social media, all that stuff. So I saw a gap on that one. I didn't really see a future. In reality, you're promoting partying, which is really not good in the grand scheme of things, right? Especially when you have kids already at that time. I already have a 5 and a 6-year-old. I didn't see my future. I feel like I'm kind of killing the society in a way. I felt that guilt. So I talked to my business partner. I told him I'm out, and I did real estate. And uh, real estate at 27 years old when I started, and apparently I did decent at it. Helped pull families my first year doing it part time while still running the event production company.
huh.
Then eventually, after that, I saw my true potential, so I went full time in real estate at 28 years old, and that's when I met you. That's when I met you, and it got addicting again. Where like I feel like I'm Superman. I can handle a lot of things. Remember when I approached you, like, hey, why don't we partner up on me putting my face in your trucks?
Yep.
And eventually, it became Clutch Moving. Eventually, we ended up partnering up with Clutch Moving Company. It's been great seeing the grit that you have, and now we're here, Clutch Moving Company. It's just crazy. But fast forward, um, after.
Hey guys, if you really like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. This will help the channel grow drastically. Share this to 5 different people that you think can benefit from it. Now back to the video.
3.5 years of doing real estate, I got an opportunity to start Kinetic Real Estate. About 4 years ago, our anniversary was like 3 days ago. So we 4 years now. So right now we run a team of like maybe little under 50 team members in the company.
Wow.
Yeah, we not to brag, we are number 1 team in San Mateo County.
You guys are killing it.
Yeah. So I think it's a pretty great journey so far.
Good. Yeah, no, it's crazy to see the journey that you've kind of come across. I went to high school with you. I didn't know you in high school. Well, maybe you're a little bit year older than me, but seeing the growth from, I think when we first met, 27, 28, when I met you at Better Homes and Gardens, and we used to have those meetings inside of the offices, and seeing your team grow and seeing both of us grow has been not only it's really good to see the growth between us two. It's helped out a lot. I see you. I look at you as a mentor, and it really helps me grow every single day when I see you and your team growing as well. So want to take it back to the beginning stages of when you first started. You said you were selling, was it candy?
Yeah.
And you were, what else were you doing in high school as far as those little
Like I was
entrepreneur
selling Cutco knives, like
Cutco
direct sets.
knives?
Yeah.
So it sounds like when you were younger, you already had the entrepreneurial mindset and you're already doing sales. How much did that help you from those, early days and the early beginnings? How much did that help you in the future?
A lot, because you know what Steve Jobs said, right? You can't connect the dots thinking forward. You have to connect the dots thinking backwards. You have to look backwards in order for you to connect the dots. I think when it comes to like being an entrepreneur and all the mistakes and failures, I mean, I believe I tripled my failure rate at that time already. Doing too many things, this, that, that. And I think I connected the dots, and compared to what I'm doing right now, I'm super focused on real estate. And like, I don't know if you remember this, but like 2 years ago, I mentioned to you that I think I want to focus on real estate because I wanted to run I wanted to run clutch moving company. I wanted to run real estate. I wanted to do other things. And at the moment I let go and just focus on one thing, like damn, like everything 3x, 4x from there. But it's hard to say, but like I'm I'm pretty unorthodox in because like I've done so many types of sales already to the point that like man, I don't know, I'm blanking out. Repeat the question again, one more time.
I mean, as far as when you were younger, your sales, that you were an entrepreneur,
Yeah,
what I mean to say is that help you significantly for your future businesses, like as far as real estate and everything like that.
I would say yes. There's one thing you can teach, right? Is hunger. You
Hmm.
can teach drive. You can teach hunger. I think all those experiences that I've had and all the no's that I've gotten, it really made me a stronger person. That's why now, like when people talk to me, like when people say no to me in real estate, or like or something, or like somebody would say no, right? Like they, like reject you. To me, it's like nothing anymore, right? Because of all I already built a thick skin in a long time ago already. So now it's like, dude, like I already know what to do. Like when people ask me a question, even if I don't know the answer, I'll be able to figure it out because of my experience in the past.
Right. All the grit, all the
All the
callous that you've grown
Yeah,
amongst those years has helped out. Yeah, starting off really early and having, I don't know, as far as failures, I know every single entrepreneur goes through failures. But when you do fail, that creates a lot of grit. It calluses, your
yes,
brain. It calluses, your business acumen, and it makes you a stronger entrepreneur, moving forward. As far as some of your failures as an entrepreneur, you want to kind of touch basis on some of those and talk about if you had any businesses that failed, because me as an entrepreneur, I've had a lot of businesses, I've done a lot of things, and I've failed numerous times. But not only has it taught me grit, it's taught me lessons, life lessons
life
that you
lessons,
can't teach. What about
100%.
for you?
Well, first of all, if you if you're gonna fail regardless. Every
Right.
person in any business has failed. There's no such thing as this. Like it goes down, right? But like for me, experiences wise, I mean, shoot, when I was 20 years old, I wanted to start a daycare. That didn't work out. That didn't work out. I tried, opening up a cannabis dispensary. Like that worked out somehow. We sold it. Um, Man, failures wise, I think like there's some investments that I did that I lost significant amount of money in a matter of like less than a month.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, last year we purchased, I think we purchased like maybe 12 properties last year, to 13 properties. Uh, Everything was so good. Seven of them were like so good. We made profit, but the last six properties that we purchased when the rate started going up, the last 6 months of last year, when the rate started going up, we lost significant amount of money because we bought the property at a high. I guess we bought the property at a high price, and the market went down. So
Mm.
yeah, so like failures like that, right? But typically, those type of failures, people would usually just quit. Like, dude, this is a lot of money. I'm talking over 500,000 loss, right?
Wow.
Like over maybe more, way more actually. And but what do you do from there, right? Like, do you keep purchasing properties, or do you just move on to a different thing? For us, we took it as a life lesson. What do we need to do moving forward in order for us to not deal with this anymore? So we started being more cautious, and we did it again. We're doing it again right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like I think with that, right, most people would quit because they lost that much money already. Like, let's do something else. Let's just sell real estate. Let's just help buyers and sellers, right? But for for this one, for this experience, I was like, dude, like, I got really good at it, even though I lost a lot of money. Let's just keep going at it and see where it goes. But valuable lesson, just yeah, like
It's a huge lesson, especially when you have skin in the game and you feel that pain, right?
yeah, it's 100%. Like that was painful,
Mm-hmm.
but like, like you can't cry over spilled milk, right? Meaning that it already happened. It's already happening, right? Are you gonna be sad about it? Are you gonna cry about it? Are you gonna be pissed off about it? And are you gonna be negative about it? No, you can't. The only thing you can really do is look up and just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going. Just don't
Don't
like
stop.
don't stop. Like, the only time you're gonna fail is if you stop. There's no such thing as easy when you're starting a business. That's why 95% of business fail within the first 3 years, or even 2 years now in America.
And the first, I think it's within the first 5 years, 97% of businesses fail.
97. That's a
97%.
lot.
Only 3% really make it.
Yeah.
So that's just true testament.
It,
Yeah.
it is. I honestly 100% agree to that, and I think yeah, like it's most people. What I see with most people, right, and for entrepreneurs is they start something, especially young people. By the way, oh my God, man, I have a story, but like they start something, they're like, oh wow, like this is great, first 3 months, 4 months, and somebody punches them in the face, right? Like
Boom.
something happens in the business, right? They're still gonna do it. They're not gonna quit, but they're gonna start looking at other things now. That's called shiny ball syndrome. And after that, they're doing two things now. So, but it's mediocre now.
They lose focus.
They
They
lose
lose.
focus. They're just aiming to get this, like, to make that buck and money. But you know what's funny? Doing those things, right? It's actually a good thing to do when you're young, because you're really gonna learn, right? This is part of like doubling your failure rate at 20s, because that's part of it. But it's funny, like, I mean, when you do it in 30s, I think you gotta really
Honing.
you gotta hone it now. 20s is where you go on the battlefield and make all these mistakes, errors, fuck ups, everything. 30s, you gotta know. You kind of need to know what you're doing now and what you're about now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's But it's funny. I went to this entrepreneur event in San Jose, and to support one of my good friends and teammates, Ruben Hernandez. He was invited to speak. He was like, in his mid 20s, and I went there and I saw a lot of people who are like 18 to 25 years old, all entrepreneurs. It's insane. There was like 50 of them. They're doing videos. They have investors. They have sponsors. It's really cool, and like I was laughing, like laughing, and like I don't know why I was laughing. And to be honest with you, like laughing in a way that like kind of like, man, I know exactly. Like, I'm pointing it out. Like, this person is gonna fail on this. This person is gonna fail on that. This person is gonna do good at this, because I can already. Because remember what I said earlier. You can connect the dots looking backwards, right?
So do you
From
see
experience.
when you were there? Did you see like a little hint of how you were back when you were younger?
100%. That's why I'm just like, wow, like I really reflected on that during the event. I'm just like, dude, like this is exactly who I was, and this is actually really great that they're doing this,
Right.
because But I talked to like one guy. He's like, oh yeah, I own a car cleaning business. I do cryptocurrency. I have e-commerce. Yeah, and he's trying to do real estate as well. Like, he asked me for an advice, and honestly, I told him, just focus on one thing, but keep doing what you're doing, because you're gonna have to make mistakes. You're gonna have to learn it yourself. Because even if I tell you what to do you think they're gonna do it?
Nope, not at all.
No, dude. No, they're not. They're entrepreneurs. They, they see the cup half, like they see the glass of water half full. they're gonna keep going, but
Right.
they're gonna have to experience it themselves.
Right. And I think that's one of the best ways to learn, by experience and by doing the failures and just by doing whatever it is, and you learn,
Yeah,
because it's the best way. For me, at least, it was the best way to learn.
yeah.
Let me ask you this. When was your turning point for, for you, for your business, for your being an entrepreneur? What was your turning point? What age, or what kind of turned you and was like, I'm focused, super focused, and this is what I'm gonna go for?
Uh, I think when I talked to you about 2.5 years ago, it was I mean, I can remember this date because like
I remember it. I
I
remember
was
it.
hurt. I was hurt, and I felt bad. I felt guilty, honestly. So I started Kinetic 2000 end of 2019, and I did 1 year. So end of 2020, beginning of 2021.
Can I
That's
can I ask you? So when you put your full focus onto real estate, what did that do for your business? Let's talk about some, like maybe some numbers or
oh
something
yeah.
that you could quantify.
Yeah, so after I talked to you, beginning of 2021, I told you like I want to focus on real estate, and I want to be a board member for a clutch moving company. So a year 2019, 2020, I first year of Kinetic, we helped 82 families get into real estate, buy or sell homes, right? 82, we sold 82 homes.
Okay.
The following year, 2021, when I, beginning of 2021, when I went full focus on real estate, we sold 232 homes.
So you basically, what is that?
3.8x.
3.8x.
Yeah.
Wow. How much growth did you see in your team? Like, did you go from like 5 people to 20 people? What did that look like?
Insane. We started with like 4 people, ended with 7 people our first year, and 7 agents, 17 members. Then the following year, 2021, where we sold 240 or 250 homes, we ended with about 40 people,
Wow.
40 team members. Yeah. So it was that vision and that like spike where like I just went full head on, like just focus. Man, I don't know how to explain it, honestly. Like when
When you're in that zone and you're focused and you know what to do and you got that killer instinct, it just happens.
it just happens, right? Focus determines your reality. What you put your focus on will determine who you really are and you get what you put.
You exactly what you put into it, you get out of it,
You
and
get
I
out
see
of
that.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You gotta put 100. You gotta put 120% of it like it's your baby. Yeah. It's
yeah.
it's a
It's an ongoing thing,
it's an
ongoing.
ongoing thing. Like when people start 2 companies at the same time, like dude, like you better have the right people around you
Right.
to be able to do that because it's extremely hard.
Let me ask you this now: how many businesses do you currently have right now? I know that you have a couple. Clutch Moving, your partner. What other businesses are you in?
Yes, so clutch moving company. I mean, just full disclosure. I'm not running the company. Okay, so I have clutch moving company. I have Millennial Design Studio. Um, I have this development company, Kaizenetic.
Okay.
Yeah, I have $300 enterprises for my long-term hold company for real estate. I have Resa Living, where we another real estate investments as well in flipping homes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I have I'm a board member or silent partner of a cannabis club, where we're actually in contract to sell it right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have Kinetic Real Estate. Kinetic Real Estate. That's the one I'm running really. And yeah, Kinetic Real Estate. So I would say seven.
So seven. Oh, seven.
But like it's believe it or not, when people hear that, right? Trust me, like for everyone who's hearing this, when they say that seven, oh my god, like that's a lot. Well, no, because a lot of them are just investment properties. A lot of them are just investments. I have people running it. I have an admin. I have all these people that's just like operating it, right? Property managers, project managers. So like, and I'm a board member for Clutch. I'm a board member for Millennial Design Studio for staging company. I have people running it, and how I was able to do that because of my experiences in the past, like learning how to build an organization, and how to see things. I can seriously do a forensic in one company, like a company, and I can already tell you like what needs to be done, what's wrong with it,
Right.
because of my experiences. I'm not saying I'm super crazy, like I know everything. No, I don't. But I know a decent amount of it.
Right. So it
Yeah.
sounds like you need, and I think I feel the same way too, especially when I want to scale to multiple locations, is that you need a really good operator that you can depend on. If not, shit will hit the fan
Yeah.
and, you can't count on them.
Yeah, you're man. I respect you so much, man. I still remember when I wanted to quit Clutch. It was like this is way too much. Remember COVID?
Yeah,
Is
COVID,
that
that
okay if
was,
we share this?
yeah,
Like,
of course, yeah.
dude, like fucking when COVID happened, like I thought it was gonna be like everybody's gonna die. Remember, like nobody wants to do the move. Nobody wants to move.
Yeah.
We were here like 5 a.m. in the morning and stuff, trying to figure things out. Go to the gym, figure things out over here. Like we even built a gym here because of COVID. And remember, like no clients, no one wants to move. We're just like,
What are we gonna do?
we have hella employees.
Yeah, what are we gonna do?
What the fuck are we gonna do, dude? Our bank account was depleting, credit lines, everything was gone, dude. And not just that, imagine our real estate business went down where we can't even show homes, we can't even do open houses. Like, man, like it came to that point. Remember, I told you, like, dude, let's just like
Let's
trim
get
the
out of
fat,
it.
dude.
Yeah.
Let's get out of it. And we went to a boba shop with my fiance and you, and like you said, like I'm not quitting.
Right.
You said that. I was like, damn, dude. Honestly, man, like, I think at nighttime I dared a little bit. That's like, dude, I respect that. Honestly, I do. Regardless of where, like, our bank account is depleting, dude, like, fuck, dude, we have to get loans that's, like, super high interest.
Yeah.
Dude, like, and now look, you kept going, man. And I respect you, man. I do. Like, you're like the man of grit, dude. Seriously, that's how I would describe you. You don't give up. You don't give up. And look, you just expanded a new location or new sorry, what do you call that?
Warehouse space.
Yeah, you expanded a warehouse space, and I have never seen this.
Right.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
we're still growing, and I'm not exactly where we want to be at yet because I'm always wanting to get to the next level, and the next level, it just keeps setting more goals, higher expectations for myself, and just keep going and just keep going. I don't know where that end goal is, but for right now, my vision is just to open up multiple locations and really get the company profitable, and paying back. It's going to be our took over in 2019. Me and you basically got together in 2019, and this is like probably our fourth or fifth year, and this is really the year where companies, 97% of companies go out of business.
Yeah.
So this is really our determining year. And from the past that, our staff has changed. I got rid of the staff. I changed a lot of stuff, really trying to get the business to cash flow correctly. And it's tough. It's really tough, especially if you don't have the right people in play. But now I feel like I have more of a better operator to go ahead and run the company and run a location for us, because it's going to make my life easier so I can really focus on the business and not really work in the business.
In the business, right? I mean, in reality, you got to do both. Like, you got to do both in reality, right?
Yeah, you got to do both.
Even though you're the, like you're the head honcho and CEO of the company, dude, you still have to go in the field when shit has to be done. One of them calls in sick, or one of them something happens. Dude, I still remember you're driving 2 hours away. You're going overnight in some places,
100%.
driving and moving.
100%.
CEO of the company doing that, dude. That's respect, man. That's mad respect, dude.
Yeah, you just
Let
got
me
to.
ask you something, actually.
Go ahead.
I know I'm flipping the script right now because you're supposed to be asking me questions, but how do you do it? Like, how do you keep your sane on a daily basis dealing with stuff like that?
So I'm an avid runner, and I've been running ever since I was younger. And I think athletics, I was the second fastest kid in the state of California, and putting in the work, running all those miles every single day, really, just like you said you started off really young, and you had to do some entrepreneur stuff, selling candy or little things like that. What really got me to create grit was being in athletics. I wanted to always be the best, and to be the best, I needed to put in the work. And when I put in the work, when I was running, I seen what came out. I became the second fastest sophomore in the state of California. D1 scholarships, UCLA, Brown University, places like that wanted me to run for them, and I seen what it took to get to the next level. I seen the hard work, what it took to get to the next level. But to really answer your question, how do I put up with it every single day? There's a vision, right? I see the vision on where I want to take the company. I see it where exactly where it looks like, where I want to get to, how much money I want to make, what I want to do, how about my lifestyle, and I look at that and I say, look, everything else that's going to come my way, I can deal with it. Truth of the matter is, things have gotten easier. I say more so in the beginning of like the first 2 3 years, things were rough, really, really rough. And I'm like, well, how the hell am I going to get through this? But some way, somehow, we got through it. And whenever an obstacle comes up to me now, I think like, this ain't shit. This is
Exactly.
not shit. Back then, it was worse. Like I've heard it in the past, business gets easier, not harder. And I've also heard that when people are having have a company and they grow it from like 1 to 2 million or 1 to 3 million, that is way harder than growing the company from 10 to 20 million.
100%.
Be-
I 100% agree to that. Damn, that's
because there's so many, you already have your systems in play, you already have some of the people in play, and you just have to make minor adjustments. Right now we're getting there. There's more things that I want to add, but what I did from the last couple of years was I really put some systems in play and really got the right people in play. Back then we're just throwing money and seeing what worked, and now we're really honing in on focusing on the certain key factors of the business to really get there. And I've seen it. I've seen the evolution of where we got to. Back then we didn't even use our warehouse. Now we got our warehouse, we got a different line of business. We've got some passive income that's coming in from our storage.
I love it.
But that's really how I do it. And I also run every day. I run every day to create the stress levels, to put it down, and that's helped me a lot. If not, I would go insane.
You would go insane.
I would really go insane.
Like, yeah, dude. I think that's a very valuable lesson to a lot of the people who's gonna be listening to this. Like, you have no like. I don't think people have any idea what grit takes, to do something.
And also, I mean, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to other people's stories, and it's super relatable. It's like oh damn, I'm not the only person that's going through this. There's other people that's going through this, and then I more so think like, hey man, if they can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah.
It's not really good to compare yourself to people, but I think like, hey, if anybody can get through this path, I can get through the path as well too, and I can get through it. So that's what I do day in, day out, and I still have to do it every day. I still have to do it because I come in, I come to fight, I come ready to work, and I knock stuff out. Now, thank you for asking me that. I haven't really had anybody really ask me that, because everybody thinks as an entrepreneur it is easy. Everybody, like I had somebody last time. I remember a couple of years ago. They were like, oh, you have work tomorrow, and I was like, yeah, I do. And then he was like, oh, you're the owner, you don't have to do shit. And I was like, bullshit. I was like, I deal with the most shit.
Yeah.
And then it was just, I thought that was funny, because that's the perception that people have as being an entrepreneur, being your own boss.
Yeah.
They think that you don't have to work as much.
Crazy, right?
It's so crazy.
Man. I think what stuck to me, what you said, is like seeing other entrepreneurs in like podcasts and stuff. Isn't it crazy when you listen to their story? It's all relative.
It's relative. You can relate to
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what line of work they're in, whether that's starting a tech company or like software. Or
The
like,
long nights,
Yeah.
everything kind of is in comparison. The long nights, the sleepless nights, the long hours. Am I missing anything there? Just the sacrifices you have to take.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, going back to, you said you had 7 businesses, right? Was that by choice, or was that by it just happened? Because you know what they say, in order to become a millionaire, you need 7 different types of incomes, right? Did you do that by choice, or did it just happen?
I mean,
And what do you think about that quote?
I think I don't. Well, that's hard. That's controversial. But it just depends. Like, man, to me, like, I have children. I just became. I just got engaged last week, and like my life, the way I think right now, it's a lot different. Because when sorry, like this is not relatable to what you're saying, but like, when we're young, or now in the 20s, we're doing a lot of output, meaning that we're trading time for money, output, right? Being in the business, right?
Right.
And like, and now I'm on that phase of life where I do much lesser output, but a lot more input now. Like a lot of thinking, a lot of input, creating something or thinking something to create more outputs for everyone else. Like, if that makes sense. Like,
It does.
yeah, maybe I'm saying it wrong. I'm from the Philippines, guys. Like, exactly. Like, my English is not the best though. My grammar.
Right.
But like, I think, man, what was the question again? Sorry.
What do you think about that quote? 7 streams of income make you a millionaire. I've
No,
heard.
that's like I personally I think that's bullshit. Maybe that's a quote before,
Right.
but now like, dude, like, you know what? No, like, no, you can make 7 figures in one company.
Right. And I agree with that.
Like, you don't need 7 streams. Maybe like use the other streams of income for investments where you're not involved mentally, physically, emotionally. You just, here's the money, and grow it. Like, but doing 7 different things, fudge, no, dude. No,
Spreading too thin, right?
you're spreading too thin. I can invest in a restaurant, sure. I can invest on real estate. I can invest in a flip, where I'm completely. One thing I learned too is like set expectations up front.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally, like, you can't say something like, I'm gonna help you with this project, but here's the money, when you're not gonna do anything about it.
Right.
Just literally just tell them up front, I'm just gonna be a pure investor.
Right.
Like, or I don't want no involvement. I seriously set that expectation up front with people, so that way I can sleep with both eyes closed, knowing that I
Me
did the
too.
right thing.
Yeah, that's true. And I've heard that quote. And it's even if to invest in 7 different type of things, you're gonna still need the capital. And where are you gonna get the capital? You need to get that capital from like
From one thing.
Exactly, exactly. So I don't know where that kind of came from.
I don't know.
You've heard that though before.
100%. I heard it before, man. Maybe back in the days, that's the way it is, right? I mean, right now, there's more millionaires than people with six-pack.
Wow, I didn't know
crazy?
that.
No, for real. It's harder. If somebody has a six-pack right now, maybe I said it wrong. If somebody has a six-pack right now, like, I think they can be millionaires. Isn't it? It's just a discipline. That it
Yeah, it's a
requires.
discipline. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is a
but
discipline.
it's just a lot easier to make money now because of why? Social media, networking. Like, there's so many avenues for you to do well now. Like, when I started like being an entrepreneur, and I was like, I mean, I'm not that old, right? But when I was 18, that was like like 16 years ago. When I was 18, dude, social media didn't even barely existed. So how am I gonna find connections, right?
Right.
Dude, literally now, if you wanna start something, you can just Google and YouTube,
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Dude, you'll find people immediately.
Right.
Like, everything is too easy now.
Right.
Everything is so resources are so easy to find now.
Right.
Yeah, so it's really up to you now, right? You know what they say, right? It's not your fault that you're born, if you're born broke, right? But it's your fault if you die broke.
Right.
It's just the way it is.
The resources out there. You've got YouTube. You've got everything out
Yeah,
there.
people play this. I think one thing also that really changed my life many years ago. I used to blame a lot. I used to blame my environment, my surroundings, and where I'm born and stuff like that because of like from 18 to 28 years old. From 18 to 28, I literally was like nickel and diming. Like, literally, I'm like broke
Mm-hmm.
in a way that like living paycheck to paycheck still. All the money that I made was going back to the company. Kind of like, what I'm sure we're dealing with this right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I blame why I just blamed other things basically, right? And
Right.
I think it was like at 27 years old where I decided to like take ownership and own my own shit.
Accountability.
Accountability. I keep myself accountable on certain things, and I think that's when things started going well.
Yeah.
I blame myself to things now. Like, not I don't it's not your fault. It's my fault. Whatever happens. Yeah.
Good. Good. I like that.
Yeah.
Taking accountability is like the first step of really getting yourself.
Yeah.
I think first and foremost, you have to get yourself in the right state of mind, and then once you get yourself in the right state of mind, then you can transfer that over to business.
Yes.
Now, as far as let's talk about your social media. Let's talk about some of your marketing that you're currently doing right now. Have you found that useful for your business? I know that there's a lot of people that are on social media. That's like the new age, new generation thing. I'm really putting out content on there as well. But for you, what do you use to differentiate yourself as being the top real estate company?
Well, first of all, I don't think kinetic, or I don't think kinetic would exist without social media.
Huh? How so?
Uh, because I maximize Instagram, Facebook. I maximize Instagram and Facebook to the max, just promoting myself, personal branding, kinetic, overall. And from there, people have seen the. I guess I would say like you definitely have to have personal branding.
Have to.
It's literally like honestly like if you're starting as an entrepreneur, that is like the number one thing I would advise. Build a personal brand. How long will it take? I don't fucking know, dude.
Yeah.
Like, dude, but the like, I don't know how long it will take if somebody were to ask me. But the question is like, but the answer is you still gotta do it.
Yeah.
Either like regardless, it's imperative for you to start something because like that's what's gonna build you. I don't know how to explain it, but like,
They
it's
know you as, when you build that brand, people know me as the moving guy. Whenever you build that brand for real estate, they know you as the Bay Area
the Bay
realtor.
Area realtor, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that my biggest advice with social media is be you. Be real as fuck. Be you. Be genuine. Be authentic. Because most people like I don't know. I can see the fakeness, right? Like I have friends that I'm watching sometimes and like this is not you at all. No, just be you.
Right.
Yeah, like even for me, like like I share the good, bad, and the ugly, and I share like who I am. Like I go to a lot of events, right? And I went to a wedding like I think 2 weeks ago, and like there's a guy behind me that's like, "You're my inspiration." He literally just said that to me.
Wow.
I don't even know the guy. It's
Wow.
like you're so real, and like I really watch like what you do and stuff. It's great.
How did that make you feel?
It motivated me to do more.
Wow.
Honestly, like my goal is like to inspire millions and millions of people coming from nothing to something, and just be who you are and just be happy. Like most people, right? This is crazy. Most people they share things, right? They share things that's good, right?
Right.
Right? And other
Right.
people would be like, oh, other people would watch them and start comparing themselves, like, oh shoot, like this person is happy, I'm not happy, right? Dude, it's like trust me, this is happening right now, day in day out, every day, millions of people, right? And like it's true, and I don't know why I'm saying it, but this is true. A
Yeah.
lot of like what you said, like you can't compare yourself to other people. Like that is seriously a big mistake.
It's
Like
hard not to do so, though.
it is. It's
Really, it's really hard.
yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard. It's nothing is easy, right? It's a challenge that you have to deal with. We have to face and we have to overcome. Yeah, like just don't compare yourself to other people,
Mm-hmm.
and just do you. And who cares about if you get likes or engagements, dude? Just
Just
literally, just be you.
post,
Just
post.
be you. Just keep posting. Stay consistent. Stay relevant.
Right.
And eventually like it will take years. It's not gonna be easy unless you did some, unless you're a genius or unless you're a hot woman or something. I don't know,
Go
like
viral, right?
you go
Yeah.
viral easy, right? But like for me, like I believe in slow and steady will win the race.
It's true. I
I
believe that
believe
too.
that, like relationship is what matters to me the most. Being real, just keep it real, like keep it real with everything that you do, and yeah.
What's your hardest part running, multiple businesses? Is it, for me, to kind of give an example, hardest part is finding the right people. What about for you in real estate?
What's the hardest part in life overall?
Life, business, whatever.
Finding the right people.
Finding the right people.
Finding the right people. Operator doesn't matter. Like like you can't do everything. If you want to go, yeah, if you want to go fast, go alone, right? But if you want to go far, go with people, right? But those people that you go with, man, like it really takes aces. I believe an A player is equivalent to 10 B players.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so
Would you
too.
agree?
I totally agree. I totally agree. And I
Yeah.
also agree that having B or C players around A players makes your A player a B or C player.
Exactly. You need quarterbackers.
Exactly.
Like, because in business, we try to do everything ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
But having somebody, can you imagine you have one person You literally, the only person you need to talk to on this department, the operations, you only need to talk to one person.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, you don't even need to talk to that person anymore. They're just handling it for you.
Right.
Dude, that just frees up like 50% of your brain to focus on other things now. Like, my goal in life personally is to have a chief of staff. Have you heard of that?
Of course.
Yeah, chief of staff, right? Dude, that's seriously the dream where like all these companies are taken care of by one person.
Yeah, that's like they take care of the whole portfolio.
Yeah, like dude, trust is literally like the hardest thing in business, in my opinion. Finding the right person and trusting them, because most entrepreneurs they have this like what do you call that? Where like I want to have control.
They want to do everything.
I want to have control in everything.
Yeah.
They can do that for the first 2 years, but you're gonna kill yourself after that if you really want to scale it. You can't control everything.
It's
I
true.
work in autonomy.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know what's happening right now.
Yep.
But it's happening.
And you know the vision where it's going.
Yeah, it's funny. Last month I thought we were slow, but like we ended up with 30 escrows.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know we have 30 listings.
Wow.
Like because why? I trust my people. I love my people. I take care of them. I will take care of them, and I treat them like family.
I see that. Yeah.
They handle it. I really don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't even know what's going on here.
I don't even know what's going on here. But before, like, I used to be like, what's happening? What's happening? Hey, did you do this? Like, there's micro and macro, and I was doing both before.
Yeah.
Way too much micro, actually. And that's not good. But you have to deal with that first, though.
Yeah. Go through the experience.
You have to, in order for you to experience it. I think another lesson, too, starting a business, is you want to have a mentor. You want to have somebody who can guide you, who has dealt with something, who actually gives a fuck about you and cares about you as a person.
Yeah.
That's another thing too.
Huge. That's really, really
because
huge.
Because another matter too, right? For people like some mentors like they're gonna mentor you so you can so you can work for them and stuff. Sometimes that happens. A lot of times actually that happens. But you really want to find somebody who really cares for you,
right?
To mentor you. Like that's probably like as an entrepreneur, if you want to start, or even if you're an entrepreneur now, you have you're already making it in life. I would say, you still need somebody up there.
100%. No matter what.
You need a coach. You need a business coach. Because they can see things that you're not seeing.
Yeah.
They can fill in the gaps that you're not seeing. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I've always had a coach. Always looked up to people. Always been asking them questions to help me better myself. And they also have gone through some of the experiences as well, so they can coach and guide. Now, where do you see yourself? Maybe personally or your business in 5 to 10 years.
Oh, that's a good question. This is a tough question. 5 to 10 years. I see myself having the option. In terms of numbers and everything, I don't have that right now.
Of course, that's fine.
But I'm talking about like envisioning my lifestyle 5 to 10 years from now. I see myself on a big house. With a gym, movie theater in 5 years.
Yeah.
And being able to travel and have a spontaneous life. With my wife, or future wife and kids are super happy. They have a potential, ongoing career already, and being able to just wake up in the morning, waking up anytime you want, and just traveling the world and just experiencing life 5 years from now.
So do what you want, when you want, whenever you want.
Yes, and having the option to not work when you don't want to. Like, that's the biggest thing for me.
I love it.
I'm one of those people. I don't like waking up early, even though. But if I have to, I have to.
Yeah.
I like waking up whenever I want to. I like sleeping whenever I want to. That's just me.
Right.
I want to have that lifestyle where literally, like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, do anything you want. Like, if I have a business, like if I have a meeting, I'm not saying I'm not gonna work. I'm forever gonna work until I'm like 80 plus. I'm forever gonna work, but just yeah, man. Like, I think like 20s, from since I was a kid until now, like I'm like seriously working a lot.
You got
I'm
the
working,
motor. Yeah.
yeah, like 50 to 80 hours a week. It's nothing to me,
Right.
right? Like, but I want to have that option to not work, and when I don't want to. I think that's my vision. In
Hmm.
terms of numbers and like scaling the business, I don't have that.
Yeah.
I go day by day with that stuff, honestly.
I
Yeah.
hear you. I hear you. No, that's a really good goal to have. I think more so now, having the freedom, the freedom to do whatever you want is huge.
Yeah.
It's one thing to have the freedom to do what you want, and it's another thing to have all these millions and not be able to enjoy all these millions, right?
Exactly. It's I think the real flex is peace of mind and freedom to me. I
Yeah.
think that's a real flex. Not fucking cars and stuff that I drive and all that. And nah, dude, like it's really like traveling and like dude being happy. Like I think, dude, you have no idea how many people are not happy right now. Believe it. Like stress, happy, unhappy. Like I think just being happy is that's what I want.
Good.
I'm content. You know,
So are you happy right now?
I'm happy. I'm happy. Like honestly, like I'm grateful. And I think the real question is like, uh, how do you stay content, but not complacent at the same time? Um, it's like I always ask that question to myself, right? I'm content. I think I'm fine. Do I stress? Of course I do. It's all relative, but I don't even know if I stress anymore or not because you've done it so many times, right? Like my stress can, like other people's stress could be nothing to us, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm happy overall. I seriously have a great team. I have a great family. I have great people around me. I think like I provided everything that I did everything I can. Now it's like I just keep going. I don't know, like
Good. No.
just keep going.
Yeah, that's good.
Like you know what they say, right? I mean, not sure if this is relative, but like irrelevant. But like what they say about success leaves clues.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard
Yeah,
that many times.
yeah. I really think so, right? Like you work hard on something, and like something will just like give you that hint and clue. Like I don't know, just piecing the puzzle to me.
Yeah, that's true. Very, very true.
Yeah.
Now, kind of coming to the end of this, I kind of like to ask some more personal questions.
Yeah.
Like regular basic questions. What do you like to do on your free time when you're not working?
Free time. I like going out, watch movies. I definitely love watching movies. I go to the gym, work out, um, travel, video games.
Mm-hmm.
I love social life. I like social life. Hanging out with friends.
Extrovert.
I'm an extreme extrovert person. It's to the point that like I have to spend time with kids. Like we have kids, so I can't really leave the house. I'll just invite people over. We'll
Yeah.
just have fun.
Yeah.
Play poker, house games, things like that.
Good.
Like drink. Like I like hanging out. Like that's for sure. That's what I like to do outside work.
What's your favorite food?
Oh, Filipino for sure. Yeah, sinigang.
Sinigang.
100%. I'll eat that all day.
What's one book you would recommend, audiobook, regular book, you would recommend to an entrepreneur, an upcoming entrepreneur at that?
Upcoming entrepreneur. I would say Rich Dad Poor Dad.
That's the second time that somebody's said that. Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah, I think that's like entry level book to start with. That's like great, like elementary for entrepreneurs because
Yeah.
it really shifts your mind from thinking of like an employee to a businessman.
Right, right. I totally agree. And it's like, it really tells you about what's an asset and then what's a liability.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's like the basics of first book.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah, I like that. What's one thing, if your younger self, when you're, I don't know, when you first were in business, what's one thing you would tell them, to kind of stick in their mind before going on to that journey of being an entrepreneur?
One more time. One more time. Sorry.
What's one thing you would tell your younger self when you started off becoming an entrepreneur? What's one thing that you would tell them?
Stay focused. Stay focused, and man, what would I tell myself, the young self of me?
Tough question, huh?
It's a very tough question because I'm looking back at my life right now. Like I like this podcast and stuff. Like I like to say things like uh, as real as possible.
Yeah.
Like so like I don't have the answer right away sometimes. So I really have to think about it. Um, I say just stay focused. Don't get like hang. Environment is everything. Like I personally hung out with different types of crowds, and I came across like the crowd that I wasn't supposed to be in,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't even know that, like I didn't even know that because you have no idea. Don't mistake the power of influence.
It's true.
Don't ever mistake that. Like I don't care how smart you are, you're hanging out with the different people. Eventually, it's gonna catch on you.
Yep. Totally agree.
Like yeah, it's influence and environment is everything. Like really stay away from, you know, if I could tell myself early on, like like really focus and find the right environment. I think that would be I'd be in a different place as well.
Good. I like it. And there you guys have it, Mr. Kevin Cruz, the head honcho of Kinetic Real Estate. Thank you guys.